That's in 6v6. I saw a lot of people on Twitter discussing 6v6 and 5v5. I just searched 6v6. We have quite the discussion here. How is 6v6 a dead topic? Listen, Overwatch players have evolved because Blizzard has managed to solve all other basic issues of the game. So they all started evolving into complaining about 6v6 and 5v5, which is really funny because it's just a matter of perspective. But of course, we as a community need to complain about something. If there's people happy about the change, there's always going to be people that are sad about it. We're never going to stop talking about 6v6 or 5v5. It's never gonna end. It's such a meaningless discussion, and it's never gonna end, no matter what. Because people are hoping on nostalgia and forget all of the bad things. And to be honest, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if 5v5 is here. It doesn't matter if 6v6 is here. People still complain. If it was 5v5 and turned to 6v6, the same people that complained about 6v6 being gone would complain that 5v5 is gone. If right now we go back to 6v6, we're gonna have the same amount of people complaining about how 5v5 was better. The grass is always greener on the other side. But nevertheless, let's talk about it. It's just a personal thing that I hate. I hate this entire discussion. I don't see the point of this discussion. The same people that complain about 6v6 and 5v5 just keep playing the game nevertheless. And at the end of the day, it's just a matter of what you like more. You can't prove to me that one is better than the other just because you like it more. There is no good argument to say that one is better than the other. No, they should not add 6v6 as a game mode, because if they add 6v6 as a game mode, it's going to be an unbalanced mess. Because nothing was created for 6v6 for Overwatch 2. And it's going to be so unbalanced, people are just going to complain about it. And when people complain about it, the discussion is going to keep going. Either way, I think it all started with Jake's tweet. 6v6 should not come back. 6v6 had a higher team execution ceiling, but few people ever actually used it. Individual mechanics shine brighter than ever before in 5v5, and every player can make a difference without waiting for someone else to do their job first. To me, this is the essence of what makes an FPS game great. At the same time, we haven't lost the playstyle options, team fighting, and resource management that make Overwatch unique. I agree with Jake, kind of. I think this comment is kind of cooked. The soul of Overwatch was lost to the role lock and spawned that at 5v5 announcement. Won't be elaborating, so debatable. Awesome. I love this community. I think Jake is probably correct. I think if you look at this game from a more FPS scale, like FPS POV, and more of a free-to-play, more readily available for the average consumer, I think 5v5 is better. Because 5v5 makes the game a little bit less complicated. You don't need to think about the tank synergies. Before, as I said many times before, if you queue up and you play Winston and your teammate goes Roadhog and they go Rein Zarya, I mean Rein Zarya is kind of fine, but still kind of difficult. If they go D.Va Winston, you probably lose the game, right? It's a little bit difficult. If they go, certain comps, you purely rely on your other tank to pick something to help you out. Now you don't. And people are gonna say, oh, you die either way. Right now, you die super fast, you explode instantly. Not really true. I disagree. I think for some tanks you do, but for most, you don't. I think a lot of tanks are really self-sufficient. I think Queen is self-sufficient, Mauga is self-sufficient, Zarya is kind of self-sufficient, Roadhog is self-sufficient, maybe kind of Ram, but Ram still needs a rush comp. D.Va, yeah. I think 5v5 just fits better for a more wide range of players. It's just a game that they wanted for the longest time to be more accessible for more people, and that's why they made it free to play, and that's why they made it 5v5. Was 6v6 more fun in a team perspective, in a team play environment? Maybe. But let's be honest, 99% of you never played in a team environment. 99% of you played in a team environment once or twice. 90% of people who scream about 6v6 remember just the few games where everything went really right, and they forget all of the bad games where you would be forced to play against Double Shield. You would be forced to play against... There's a moment where we had Hog Zarya comps, Hog and Ball Torture. And if your other tank didn't swap, you just doomed. You had times where you want to play Winston, but because your other tank wanted to play Ball, you either had to swap or lose the game. You didn't have a choice. If your other tank was if you got 2 Zarya one-tricks on your team, you just lose the game. You got 2 Rein players on your team, you lose the game. You got 2 Winston players on your team, you lose the game. And that was never fun in a ranked environment. There was so many more situations like that than me playing with somebody who played what I wanted. And yeah, you could duo, but you can't always duo, right? So it added a lot of inconsistencies. I think 5v5 and free-to-play, and now, you know, next season is going to bring a lot of old players back. And I think a lot of people are romanticizing 6v6 or Overwatch 1. They said in the lovely series called BoJack Horseman, if you look through the flags with rose-tinted glasses, they all look like normal flags. Like, if you look at red flags, they all look normal. And it's like, everybody just looking through their rose-tinted glasses, and they forget all of the bad situations there were in 6v6. I'm not saying 5v5 doesn't have bad things that happen, and I'm not saying 5v5 is perfect. It's not. I'm just saying they're both kind of equal, and it's just a matter of preference. And there's no, like, you can't say that one of them is better than the other. Like, if I pull up gameplay right now from back in the day, you would see some miserable games. Sure, 4 agrees. I think also 5v5 is just better for ODPS players and support players in general. I think it's only tank players that really want, and some DPS players, obviously. Tank players wanting 6v6 back just so they can play Queen Hog, Zarya Malga, and flank as a 600 HP powerhouse like a DPS Sniff, just playing DPS. The only tank that misses something greatly from 6v6 is Ryan, and that's it. I think in general DPS players want 5v5 because I think 5v5 is just much better for them. Also, a lot of people forget that, like, 6v6 was just terrible for, like, a lot of DPS and support players. 6v6 forced a lot of comps to revolve around tanks purely. It's so hard to deal with 2 tanks as opposed to 1 tank. It was really oppressive for supports back in the day. I think support really struggled against in 6v6 meta. I think they're a lot more free right now. And it's a lot more fun to play support now. I used to hate playing support back in the day. Why are you not following Barack Obama? He doesn't follow me either. Lord, the men you put on Earth to hunt and provide are arguing on Twitter about whether 5v5 or 6v6 is the optimal Overwatch gameplay experience. Awesome. Kaluj, obviously, bring back 6v6. He's a big defender of 6v6 with Samito. I think if people fail to adapt to 5v5 and just keep complaining about 6v6, I don't even see the point of complaining about 6v6. I see so many 6v6 discussions on Twitter and on TikTok and YouTube comments. It's like, why? What is the point of this? What are you trying to do with this constant complaining? What is the purpose of it? What is gonna happen? Do you think they're gonna bring back 6v6? Like, do you genuinely just believe it's gonna happen? No, it's not gonna go back, because what is the point of it going back? Because the game keeps getting more and more players, and obviously they're doing something right. They're not gonna go back to 6v6. They want the feeling of Overwatch circa 2016 back and mistakenly think that going back to 6v6 will achieve that. You'd have to memory erase 7+ years of game knowledge skill from everyone to achieve that. Maybe. I think people are thinking about 2016 to 2018 Overwatch more than they're thinking about the last 2 years of Overwatch, which were miserable. And I'll be honest, I think Overwatch right now is better than Overwatch 2016. I think Overwatch 2016 was a really new game. It was really refreshing. It was really silly, but it was a mess. If you think about it, on launch we had no ranked, and then we got ranked shortly after, but there was no locks on heroes play, there's no limits, there was no nothing. The balance was off the wazoo. There was barely any heroes. We didn't have replays, we didn't have custom games like you know the e-dating ones or whatever. I think people are mostly nostalgia coping. I think they're nostalgia maxing mostly. It's not gonna happen 10v10. Bro, if they bring back 6v6, people will complain about 5v5 being gone. This is what tilts me the most. Nobody has any basic thinking from the other person's perspective. It's not, I would say, empathy, you know. Nobody manages to think for the others in any way. Everyone's like constantly bitching that my 5v5 is better than your 6v6. I know why 6v6 was fun sometimes, and I know why 5v5 is preferred by others. Don't people realize that if they genuinely bring back 6v6, we're gonna have fucking the same amount of people, if not more, complaining about 5v5 being gone? The only reason we don't hear about people saying 5v5, oh, you could try 5v5 and 6v6, but the issue with that will be that we're gonna split the player base, and then it's how are you gonna balance this? Because you're gonna need to have completely different balances for 6v6 and 5v5. Because you cannot just add 6v6, right? Because if you add 6v6 right now, the way game is, and even if you reduce the tank HPs, tanks will dominate so hard that all support players and DPS players will not play 6v6. I can promise you that the queue times will be miserable. First that, and then Blizzard doesn't want to split the player base like that. I even think competitive open queue is fucking stupid, I'll be honest with you. It would be funny to do a 6v6 tournament, but how do you even do it? Maybe. I was thinking about it. What if I organize a 6v6 tournament? That would be funny to watch, but it will be super imbalanced because the game is just inherently not made for 6. Either way, I do believe Tempo is right with it a bit. I think it's mostly nostalgia bait, but it's not only nostalgia bait because there were, you know, benefits to 6v6 as a tank player. I want to see Kalush. Does he write anything else? I mean, Kalush is just anger maxing about Overwatch 2. I mean, I don't think Kalush is wrong either, but if I have to look at it from this perspective, in the sense that did we need 5v5 to happen? I don't know. I don't think 5v5 had to happen. I think 5v5 in itself had to happen, but it did happen, and some people like it. We needed to. I think one thing Blizzard did back in the day was, instead of fixing issues, a lot of things they did was actually just removing stuff, which I really don't like. Like, for example, when we could pick multiple, you know, pre-roll lock, and they added roll lock because they couldn't balance, you know, triple, quadruple tanks because that was too strong, right? I don't like that in the sense that it just limits the game. It's a lot less silly, but I do see the benefits of it being used in a more wide, like, used in the market of players, of casual gamers. Exactly. That was what I was gonna. That's what I want to say. I think for casuals, it's quite good. Roll lock, and if you've ever tried to play non-roll lock now, it's absolutely cooked. I think the main reason why we went to 5v5 is because we wanted the game to be more fun for people. Because I think the game and the developers, or maybe Bobby Kotick, wanted the game to be more appeasing to people that don't play Overwatch. Because Overwatch was kind of a mess that didn't fit anything. It didn't fit MOBAs, it didn't fit FPS games. It was a really weird game. And I think with Overwatch 2, what they were trying to achieve is to make it more appeasing to the average casual gamer. CS is 5v5. I don't know what other FPS games there are, actually, to be honest, but the popular ones. If they release Overwatch 2016 right now, it wouldn't win Game of the Year. Either way. I think it's a really interesting discussion in the sense that I think Overwatch 2016 is a bare bones version of today's Overwatch. This is Overwatch 2016. This is Overwatch. This is the game you're talking about, guys. This is the game of your dreams. This is it. Look at these orbs. Look at this elevator. Look at this. This is the game everyone thinks. Look at the fucking Bastion form. How slow it is. This is the game people keep telling me about. That this is the best game ever. Do you not understand how much copium we're breathing right now? How much the gaming market has changed? You know, like, I don't think people understand how bad the game is compared to today's standards. Sim turrets, you had to place them. Look at this orb, is so slow. Nobody knew how to play the game. Auto lock on Symmetra.
From light into being.
Okay, let's find a new game. I found this play of the Game of Mercy. This is what you guys miss. This is the game you guys miss. Oh yeah, Reaper, when he TP'd, he was being, like, you could shoot him the entire time. Watch this, guys. This is the peak of game design. Game of the Year 2016, guys. Look at the kill feed, it's so ugly as well. Absolutely, I missed this, guys. This was so fun. This was so fun, guys.
Let's get you back out there.
Either way, the game was a fucking disaster of balance. And I think people that say 2016 Overwatch was good, they're right, but they're not right. Because they forget how bad the game was actually. It was goofy. No, okay, Overwatch 2016. This is his famous game.
That'd be pretty crazy. Oh, that's a, let's see, Mercy Widow, Roadhog. Is he gonna chase me here? Is he going over the top? Yeah, someone's here.
Oh, he's the GOAT! Okay, this is not a good example. Let's get an actual game, because this is quick play and he's 5 stacking. Okay, wait. Let's get an actual game. Let's get an actual game.
The highest, and support's probably...
Wait, how does she have graph?
She took no damage. We're good.
Okay, this is probably a GM game. Like, look at the game right now. Like, outside of Seagull himself, right? It is such a mess. Wait, it automatically counts as a limbs on the top left. Oh no, it's because it's a YouTube video. I thought it was like a part of his stream, but nah. Like, if you showed this gameplay today, people would say it's gold. Look at this. What is going on? What is going on?
She took no damage. We're good. I knew I went too far the moment I tashed. Guess you back up.
Deflecting Zarya, pushing in front of the choke.
I think we actually do.
It's just such a mess. Wasting dash.
It didn't work. Slash didn't go off. Crap. What do we... I didn't deflect that?
Oh, also, 2016 Overwatch, you forget about fucking 2CP, where the games would last for a decade and a half. I promise you that the average fucking Genji player in Diamond right now is better than Seagull back in the day. It's not Seagull's fault or anyone else's fault, it's just we've had 8 years of experience. Oh, I miss this though. I miss having your ranks show up.